social media marketing strategy for local businesses coming up. So coming up with a local business strategy on social media can be difficult for a lot of local businesses like a pest control company. I mean, who wants to see continual content that has to do with bugs, right? Or what about a local law firm? How exciting can that content possibly be? So how do we think outside of the box as a local business to build brand awareness in our local communities with good quality content that they'll find interesting, but also rent space in their mind about our brand so that when they need the products or services that we provide, they think of us first. They don't go to Google or some other method to find a business that they can go to because they already know in their mind that it's you. So tip number one to make this happen would be to share content about your community, things that are going on around town. So how do you do this? Follow your city, right? Follow other things going on around town and share that content. Maybe there's a local festival happening, a parade, whatever it might be. Maybe there's a cycling thing going on through town. Just be aware of what's happening around town and share that content to the community so they're seeing this content and they're thinking, oh, sweet, I didn't know that was happening. Wow, thanks for sharing that information. And your favicon is going to be your business logo. That's really just your ad. It's almost like you're a sponsor of the content. Make sure that your business name is clear and what you do is clear, right? Because that's going to be a piece that's important that you're going to want to have people be aware of, but the actual content that you're sharing really has nothing to do with what you do, and it has everything to do with your community. Tip number two would be to follow the neighborhoods that you typically serve and share content about those neighborhoods, right? There's different neighborhoods and HOAs and those sorts of things that are probably in pretty close proximity to your business. Those are great things to follow, right? Follow them on social media, understand what's going on around there, and share content about those neighborhoods so that you're sort of staying top of mind for those folks nearby. So when they need the products or services that you provide, they go to you. Tip number three would be to share content about the local sports teams and other teams around town, right? A lot of these will probably be high schools based on the city that you live in. There may be some college stuff, but follow those different sports teams and share content about them. Congratulate them for the big win, right? The big comeback, maybe the state championship. Maybe even if you have an opportunity to get to some of those games, grab a little bit of footage there and maybe highlight the player of the week. Maybe for your brand, you can have your own sort of player of the week award that you put out there or highlights of the week for the game. This is going to be pretty powerful content that people are going to be interested in. It's going to feel localized and they're going to recognize you as a brand that's involved in the community and that's sharing the wealth. It's also really share-worthy content. People are going to like this content, comment on this content, share this content, which is going to extend your reach. Tip number four would be to share nonprofit type of content. Follow the nonprofits in your area, right? Maybe pick a couple that you want to be a sponsor for, right, or a donor for, and follow them, right, and engage with them and go to some of the events and things that they have going on and take some pictures and share that experience with the community. By doing this, you're going to get other people probably to recognize that nonprofit and also give back, but at the same time, it's showing that you're a good company, right, that is really interested in making a greater impact. And that's going to make people have a good taste in their mouth about your brand and probably choose you. Tip five would be to share quality content that is actually relevant to what you do. For this, I would think about the questions that the people in your community might be asking when they're thinking about the products or services that you provide and answer those questions. So for example, if you're a roofer or something like that, maybe the winter season is coming and maybe you want to talk about how to avoid your gutters from freezing or your pipes from freezing or how to avoid hail damage after a hailstorm rolls through. So think about things that are relevant to the type of business that you have that could possibly be affecting your community, right? If it's pest control, you have different seasons of bugs and things that could be issues, so you can talk about and remind people of how they can help avoid those types of issues. This is great to do with video content. You know, tip videos like I'm doing right now would be perfect for this type of a thing. Don't do too much of this and wear people out, but do try to give them enough information so that they see that not only are you involved in the community, but you know what you're talking about. So when I need those types of products or services, I'm going with you. Tip six is to share stories about you and your people, right? Humanize your brand and your company. Take nice pictures of the people that you have working for you or within your organization and share their story with that picture, right? This is going to help people in the community actually get to know you, put a face to the name with the brand, right? So that they start to like you, and people like to work with people that they like, right? So if you start to share these stories, they're going to have this feeling of being connected with you, and they're going to want to work with you similar to like they would want to work with a friend or a family member. That's how tight you want to get. You can do this through social media. And tip 7, last tip, is to comment and engage with content that's being posted by people in the community. So one way to find these people is as you're posting your content, people are engaging, follow them back, right? And then comment on their content. But also as you're following things like the city pages, maybe the neighborhoods, maybe some of the high school sports teams and those sorts of things, you're going to see the people that are commenting and engaging with that content that's being posted by those organizations. And those are going to be people that are going to also probably be interested in following and connecting and engaging with you. And so as you start to build these foundations of engagement with these people, it's extending your reach, because all these people generally are pretty active on social media. So if you're also active in a part of that, more eyeballs are on your brand and more brand awareness is being created, so that in your local community you really become the trusted brand for the industry that you serve, so you can really grow your business. So that's it. Those are 7 tips to help you try to come up with a good social media marketing strategy for your business in a local community, so you can really build your brand awareness and grow your business. If there's other tips that you have that I missed here, please leave them in the comments. Like the video if you liked it, share it with your friends, and follow us for more content like this down the road. Happy marketing.